What we try to do is make sure that everybody understands that this is a problem-solving court, not a punitive court. And I try to set that tone with introductions and calling the calendar and meeting the families and ensuring that everybody that is a stakeholder and that is a court operator understands trauma, to encourage as opposed to criticize, praising successes, figuring out ways to meet goals that have not yet been met, and just encouraging families to continue to walk that path. I've been doing this a long time. So I've been able to see some change in the way that we handle our court operations and the way that we treat families versus how we maybe did 15 years ago.
Even before the court gets involved, the federal government has given us a really good gift in allowing us to have the early appointment of attorneys even in the pre-court process for parents and also children. It's really the best thing to come out of Washington in a long, long time.
So you want the parents to be represented, you want the children to have their attorneys, and you also want guardian ad litems and CASAs, or court-appointed special advocates, there in the courtroom so that everyone is well represented, and that's just going to lead to better outcomes for not only just for the children, but for the family as a whole. A really important thing that for me over these past couple of years that's been helpful is how to become a trauma-responsive court. I think that we don't put a lot of emphasis throughout the judicial system on trauma and those effects, but especially in the child welfare world.
We did two big things. We switched the primary day of the week that we had our big hearing day, and then we went to time-specific calendaring. And both of those things were very difficult to implement because there was a lot of detail involved and a lot of planning ahead. It took a long time, but once we finished, it was a game changer. Really, I think at the end of the day, the best part was that I think the experience became much more helpful to the families we served and less painful as they went through it, and less difficult coming to court for the folks we served and also for the professionals who worked with them.
We had instituted a program in Los Angeles to help reduce our adoption backlog. We started Adoption Saturday in Los Angeles, which was a huge hit. And I came and presented to this organization on that. And next thing I know, we have jurisdictions all over the country opening their courts on Saturday. We now have National Adoption Day as a result of that every November.
It's about due process. You want to make sure that everyone has an advocate in that courtroom so that all the evidence comes out for the judge or the judicial officer to make the best decision possible.